Welcome back to the Let's Glow show. It's Amanda Sweet, the Creative Fairy Godmother. And this week on the show, we're talking to a fellow creative in Detroit. I just want to say, I know I've been inconsistent with the videos. My world is changing, my schedule's changing, my jobs are changing. So bear with me as I level out because creativity, and we could talk about this, but like creativity, entrepreneurship, business, multifaceted responsibilities has been an interesting challenge for me, but I'm figuring it out. It's only week 2.5. So, we're figuring it out. But I'm excited to be back here on the show in the studio with this amazing multifaceted creative, this beautiful woman. We were just talking about it backstage, like how we've known each other for so long, but like how long have we really known each other? And this is how the Detroit creative scene goes. People just be out here doing stuff all the time. And this young lady was out here doing stuff all of the time. And we connected online. And then finally she popped up at a content day. I know I hugged you like I've known you for a million years. That's why I was like, that cannot be the first time we actually met in person. But if it is, I will 100% take your word for it because you are the GOAT. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm so glad you're on the show. Please welcome to the stage, MaNazah Chandler, also known as Mama Nazah.
Great rising, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Amanda. I appreciate you. You are amazing. You are such an inspiration.
I adore you. I adore you. And this is why I'm like, we cannot have met at the revamp because I've been watching you create, be an artist, entertainer, model, event curator, for poet for the longest. And that's why I'm just like, revamp can't be the one because when we first hugged each other, I remember it was at not Detroit Chippewa. It was at
Batch Brewing Company.
Batch Brewing Company. The floors
Yes.
that were done by Mike Hahn. Yeah, and I remember there's a picture of me hugging you, and I'm like, yeah, that's not a I just met you for the first time hug.
See, I believe in divine timing and souls remembering each other, right? Because we're not just human. We're souls, we're spirits having a human experience. So when I finally met you, it felt natural. It felt like I've known you for so long. Like you said, I've been watching you on your journey too, and you're just bossing up and expanding and building communities and just loving on people. And that's why we're here. And I love it.
I love you too. Okay, like when I think about you, and I was reading the answers that you submitted on the form, like about your bio and the things that you do and what you're doing, I feel you on so many levels as a multifaceted creative, someone who has multiple passions, things that you're interested in, actively pursuing those things all at once, also while working and becoming and being a person of the community. Tell me about your journey. Tell me a little bit about how you got here and tell all of us all of the things that you do because you wear so many beautiful hats.
Well, I was born and raised in Muskegon, Michigan. It's a small town on the west side of the state.
For real?
Yeah,
How did
yeah,
you not know that? Okay, yeah. This is gonna be me the whole show. What?
yeah. Small town girl, just a small town girl. Um, but I moved here when I was 17 years old, fresh out of high school, graduated cum laude from Muskegon High School, and started going to Wayne State University, got my bachelor's degree in fine arts, and I just stayed here ever since. Immersing myself. I changed my major 3 times because I thought I was into computers. That didn't work. I'm like computer science, animation, and engineering. And I was like, finally got into fine arts. I'm like, this is more me. I was exploring everything possible: photography, typography, life drawing, oil painting, all of the things, right? And I started to get immersed into the actual arts community in Detroit. And Detroit is hella creative. And they really brought a lot out of me. Poetry came through me through Detroit, but I always wrote it in my room to myself because I'm actually a natural born introvert, but people don't believe me when I tell them that. It's like when I come outside, I'm the life of the party. I may be observant because I need to know what's going on. But yeah, I delved into poetry and I lost over 77 pounds. I've gained some back recently.
We
but
love you.
I lost over 77 pounds, and that gave me the confidence to finally start modeling. So I got on the runway and I was doing photo shoots, and then I started organizing my own events. That was something I had been doing since high school. My sister and I were organizing high school basement parties, and they were juking. I miss them. People still bring them up to this day. Very nostalgic. We were
Yeah.
making money off of that. So um, the precursor to the entrepreneurship journey. And yeah, just tapping into anything that I can do. I also worked for Design Corps Detroit before as a volunteer coordinator. I was volunteering at several of their events before eventually moving into my own field of getting paid for volunteer coordination. But yeah, just so many things I can just talk about as a substitute teacher, being around the kids, childcare. I do a little bit of everything.
I am curious how you manage it all, because I'm in this space where, like, I talked about this on the show before. Like, I was, if my creative stuff didn't work out, I could just go to clock in on Monday. And I'm transitioning to a space where, like, Monday is not always coming. And I'm like, okay, this is new. So, like, tell me about that journey for you, and how you not only, like, process through that journey as an individual and stay whole and full and grounded, but also, like, creative.
Well, to be honest, sometimes you really don't manage it all. You kind of just flailing through. um, I do what I can and when I can do it, and I do what's happening in the moment that I feel needs my attention the most. So working has come up more so than my creative pursuits, but I said no, I can't solely just work. This is not my purpose. Like, I need to do it to sustain and maintain, because I live alone and things of that nature. But I have to be creative. So I tapped in with you, with the revamp community, and I love it so very much. It's so many aspects of me that I can be in that community. And yeah, I just try to go with the flow these days and not overwhelm myself, because I can get overwhelmed. And then I step back and going back into my hermit, my hermit mode.
When you're back into hermit mode, what does that look like for you? Like, how are you rejuvenating, resetting? Because I feel like you always pop out just looking like you got the best night of sleep. You drink all the water. I'm like, girl, tell me how you do it, because you be looking fresh.
Yes, yes. So I actively practice self-care. That looks different for everybody, but I'm a vegan. I try to be a whole foods, plant-based vegan. I eat all the fruits and the vegetables. I drink water, flavored coconut water, because regular coconut water I cannot get down.
Okay, I like coconut water. I could do that.
Flavored, the peach mango by Vita Coco, you gotta try it. And they have a pineapple flavor too.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just get my sleep. Like I said, I try not to stress. I focus on the positive things, but I can soak in my feelings. But I just come to myself. I try not to reach out to too many people to just cut off those energies, because I'm a giver, I'm a lover. I'm always pouring into people, always showing up for people. And it's like, okay, I need to step back, because that's what it means to be an introvert. I have to be alone in order to recharge, because I love people and I can get energy from them, but they drain me. I love baths too.
Oh, yes. We're still figuring out our plumbing situation in this new house, but the second it's situated, I'm gonna be in that bath. But, like, peopling is a lot, especially in events, especially in creative spaces. It's not like, it is draining, but I think it takes energy and effort to be present. And I think it's important, especially, like, you have a presence to yourself. You walk into a room, people know Mama Nazah's there. And the same thing for me. Like, I know when I walk into spaces, I'm like, I'm gonna be here in this space when I get there. Some of that has to do with performing and things like that, but that's not effortless. Like, having presence is not effortless. It's effortful. It's not, for some people it's draining, but I do think, I don't know if you want to talk about presence for a little while, but, like, you do walk into a room and people notice.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about that experience, and if you want to be, if you're an introvert and you want to have more presence when you walk into a room, what could we do?
Oof. It's a journey. You have to be, first of all, be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, because it took me so long to even get comfortable walking down the street and having people stare at me, it's like, oh my goodness, that level of awareness where you can sense people and you can feel them and see them, either peripheral or directly, it was overwhelming to the point where I would walk down another street to get away from people. So just getting in those spaces of cultivating the love within self, knowing that you are the amazing being that you desire to be. And even if other people don't see that, it doesn't matter. So just cultivating that within self and within your own space, however that means to you, whether it's journaling, exercising, singing out loud, maybe cussing people out. I literally do that. I talk to myself. You need to talk to yourself. I mean, I'm the best consultant I know, so why not, right?
I love it. I mean, and it's true because like you show up like this all the time. And as someone who is like, who loves fashion and also takes the risk to be bold and bright and big, it is, you do notice people noticing, you know, and that is an energy that you have to work through. And I think when I first started stepping out on my fashion, when that first it happened, I was like, ooh, but what is that? Yeah. Weird. Are they talking about me? Are they talking shit about me? Are they looking at me sideways? Are they looking at me weird? And even now, like, the more weird I get, the more like risk-taking I get with my fashion, the more uncomfortable and bold people are with their reactions. Because I feel like when I first was stepping out of my fashion, I thought people were talking shit about me, but I don't know if they actually were. Now I actually know because they point. They do like this, you know? And so I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing something right.
Yeah. They say you're doing something right when the attacks are coming, when the gossip is happening, when the hate is flowing. And it's just like, I guess, I mean, that's the balance, right? The yin and yang. So.
And sometimes I wonder to myself, like those people who are like talking and pointing, are they hating? Or do I just think and am I giving them a voice that they're hating? Or are they actually like, they might be like, oh my God, I love her outfit. Look at her. I could never do that. Like they could be saying that, you know, but in my head, I'm just like, oh my God, did I wear something? Should I take something off? Should I make an adjustment to be more palatable for these people? You know, but I think it's more internal. So how do you manage that voice? Since you are your best consultant, how do we become our best consultants? Because sometimes I be like overthinking the wrong thing that doesn't even matter. Like, okay, they talk and let them talk. That is like
exactly.
But I sometimes will overthink it.
Oh yeah, people tell me I'm an overthinker all the time because I'm an air sign. We're the thinkers and communicators of the zodiac. But I'm just like, I don't necessarily think about it as overthinking because overthinking leads to things like anxiety and your heart racing and things like of that nature. But I am a deep thinker. I am a thorough thinker. And when those thoughts pop up, I just redirect them, right? I reflect and I think about, is this feeding me what I need to be fed right now? Does it feel good? No. Well, then tell it to fuck off. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like you gotta constantly fight the thoughts that you don't want to be fed with the thoughts that you want to bring to life, right? Because thoughts are seeds. And once you plant those seeds and you water them, they're going to keep growing and they're going to evolve and they're going to fester. So it's like what you feed grows. What do you want to see? How do you want to feel? So it's a constant battle. I mean, even the best of us go through that. Like you said, you just got to maintain whatever works best for you and fight the good fight, honestly. And I haven't always dressed this way. I wanted to mention that. Growing up, I was the chunky, smart, quiet girl. And I wore a big t-shirts and clothes. I was really tomboyish. So even growing into my fashion was an evolution of caterpillar to butterfly and just like living in that moment. And I love seeing people's faces when I show up as me because we brighten their day. We don't look like the everyday Samaritans. So it's just like, oh.
Yeah, that is like my favorite thing. This reaction is like, okay, I did it, you know, and it's not for everybody. So I wanted to, okay, so you haven't always dressed like this. I just assumed that because I met you as this version of yourself. But what was that style evolution? Because I know style starts within. And I know this, like, you portraying this version of yourself is a long journey. If this is not how you showed up originally, then this iteration of yourself, I'm sure you've been through the gauntlet. So what was it like, whether it was spiritual, just style wise, but like, what did it take to become all of this?
It was a combination of sorts. Just being around family and people who didn't give me the love that I felt I deserved and give me the love that I knew that I was. I always strive to become the person that they weren't, literally, because I'm just like, you're so mean, you're so nasty, you're hurting. And there's this quote I learned in middle school or high school, and they said, hurt people hurt people. And as I continue to be around these people and grow and evolve, I'm just like, that's so true. I'm like, you walking around here bleeding on people and wonder why they're affected by your energy. And because it's just disgusting, right? And you don't want to remain around people like that when you have nothing but good intentions, right? So like I said, it's a combination of removing yourself from those environments, removing yourself from those people, moving into the spaces and around the people who do see you for who you naturally are, who do speak to the goddess in you, who do speak to the king and queen inside of you, that helps you feel more comfortable with showing your true self, right? Because those people can make you feel small, but they want to make you feel small because you make them feel small. But they don't think you know that yet because of how you're showing up. So it's like this constant unraveling. And then, yeah, like you said, it's been a journey. It's been exciting. I grew up thrifting with my granny and my mom. So that's life for me. And it just always takes me back to being grateful and to recycling and refurbishing what you have, and not always tapping into something that's brand new. But I love new energy too. So new clothes is a thing for me.
I'm not like 100% thrifted, upcycled person. Like, people come and talk to me thinking that I am, but I'm like, no, I have a shopping problem that I turned into a shopping solution. I like fashion. I like shopping. Like, for me, as I think about my journey personally, like, stepping into my creative was when I started like stepping out of my fashion too, because I was finally finding myself in spaces where I could do spoken word, or I could MC, or I could show up and it be the norm for me to be like dressed to the nines, in modeling situations, in photo shoot situations, in the music scene in Detroit. Like, those are the spaces where people are like, I'm not going to judge you for looking like this because look at me. So we would just get as weird as possible. But for me, it was the act of thrifting. For me, thrifting is more comfortable than going to the mall or going to a new store, because it's like you get in a headspace, the vibes are right. If you're going to a specific kind, there's usually like gospel music or church music, which I'm not like a super religious person, but for me, I'm like, I find a shirt and there's just like somebody talking about spirituality, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one, right? And
Yeah.
just kind of building in that space of like wholesome, like joyful. Nobody's like selling at me. I can just like be in my own little world. Building these like characters really is kind of what I did starting out. And I was thinking about it like as a creative person, this as an actress and a model, I was like, I was more comfortable playing characters and acting and film and modeling for people and pretending to be this confident, creative person until it actually was like, oh yeah, wait, no, that's me.
Right.
It took a lot of not faking, but like playing other characters and playing a model. I was acting like a model. I didn't feel like I was a model, but I was like, I can act like one.
Exactly.
Tell me about yours, because you're an onstage actress. Do you do film too?
A little bit. I haven't really tapped into it as much as I want to, but I'm getting there.
Oh yeah, I've done theater, stage plays, like improv, film. Like, that is my total jam. That's why I'm like, I feel you on a creative level, because we're kind of in the same bubble. So what was that like for you, being like, okay, I lost all this weight,
Girl, right after I lost that weight, the confidence soared. I was ready for everything. I'm like, oh, it's time. Because I mean, let's just keep it real. Like you said earlier about the thoughts, when you have these certain thoughts, you can hold yourself back from doing the things you actually want to do because of how you feel about self. So I felt like I was too chunky at the time. I didn't feel as beautiful or as sexy as I thought I should be in those spaces. So I did something about it. I changed my eating habits and I moved to lose the weight and I got down to 118 pounds. It was crazy. I was 195 at my heaviest, got down to 118. I got super skinny. Um,
Right.
but I was able to not have any love handles. I had love handles my whole life. Now I got them back. They was like, can't get
We
rid of
love handles. Yes.
sometimes you gotta have something to hold on to, right? We going for the ride.
Right,
But
right.
sometimes you gotta take 1,000 steps back just to move 50,000 steps forward. And that's okay. It's a part of life. People think life is linear, but it's like this. As long as you're going at a upward trajectory, you're fine. Like you can't, completely beat yourself up about that. So, and I totally forgot what you just asked me.
I was wondering what the creative expression was like. So you got yourself into a situation
Yes.
physically, mentally, and then you started stepping out into creativity. I'm curious about that journey for you. And what was it like? 'Cause we didn't even know each other, but we were on a very similar path. And now we're here, but I'm kind of curious what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, like I said, after losing the weight, I got that confidence and I just started tapping into all of the opportunities. I read getting away from the spaces and the people I was mentioning earlier involved social media too. So I started removing people I wasn't vibing with anymore, or that wasn't showing me a lots of love. And I was adding people I didn't fucking know. So I was adding photographers, models, actresses, producers, all of the kinds of people in those fields, and they were posting things like, "Oh, I need a model for this day and this time with this look, and I need somebody for this background scene." And I just started hopping on them, and then I just started expanding in the community. I know people from modeling, poetry, substitute teaching, all of my 19 jobs because I can't work for somebody full time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just kind of doing it all at once. Whatever happened, I was like, okay, this is it for me. But it was a lot and it was happening so fast. But I was also going through a lot behind the scenes with like my personal life and my mother and stuff like that. So that stuff was kind of giving me a form of escape and purpose simultaneously. So yeah.
I feel like that was back when Instagram and Twitter weren't like overrun with influencers. Not that, not even just influencers, but like people selling stuff. So there wasn't any advertisement. There wasn't any I don't know. Because I feel like I can remember the time that you're talking about. Like I got on Instagram and then I started adding folks, but they were all local. So it's people I could touch. And that's why I talk about this on the show all the time. Like Mama Nazah is somebody you could touch. If you're like out there and you're thinking about your creative path and you want to start acting, you could just DM her on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is lost a little bit right now because there's so many people online, which is a great thing if we can come back to the tool that it is. Because the time you're talking about, I can think about it. Like I could see my timeline and there's a flyer. There's a call for models. There's a film opening. There's a screening. And every single post is somebody that I could just walk outside and go meet, like today. Yeah. And I think hyper local in that way where you could just be like, yes to everything, exactly to what you're saying. Go outside and do all of those things. Come back and post about it. And then the same thing happens on the other end. But I feel like now it's so global. Yeah. Which is cool. It's nice to know what's going on globally. It's nice to know what's going on state by state, but there's something missing to that piece of like, oh, everything I see I could go to. Every single flyer that gets posted, I could attend. Every single like come shopping with me or come eat with me is a place I could go today. You know?
Literally. And you don't have to go to all of them, but just know the opportunities are there.
And it's not, it's just, it was just a different experience being online and everything. I know exactly the era. I feel like it was like 2000.
It was
When did you
before
graduate?
like 2020, before the pandemic.
I feel like for me it was like 2015,
Yeah.
12, 13, 2010s.
Yep.
I feel like people were just like, we're just gonna go outside and create. There was no expectations. So everything that people did was big, masterful, and beautiful. And you're like, how did they do that? And they just did it on a cell phone or did it on a camera.
Yeah.
And then people are like, I'm a photographer now, which is, I feel like we should still act this way.
Yeah.
I think we should still move in the world where we're like, I'm a photographer now. I'm a model now because you did it once. Yes. Yes, you are.
Right. Exactly. If that's what you want to embody, then you need to address yourself as such and show up as such. Like you said, you had to act as a model before you fully embodied it. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, like they said. But once you fake it enough, you start to tap into it naturally because you've been practicing. So
Yeah.
it's coming back as muscle memory. But yeah, the timeline you're talking about is the timeline when I was in college, and it was a beautiful time. It was so peaceful and people focused, right? Life wasn't moving as fast, and you were able to really connect. I think Facebook was the main platform during that time, so it allows you to engage more in conversation on that platform. And people weren't nasty. Facebook games. People weren't really nasty with their words as much, but now it's just out of control. But that's why it's so important we build that community during that time and made those connections and networked. I went to hella volunteer opportunities. I've have over maybe 40 volunteer opportunities at this point, and I'm always promoting that because I met a lot of my opportunities through volunteering. People don't want to give up their time freely anymore. And it's just like you gotta be of service to the community in some type of way. I'm even a 3-year AmeriCorps alumni. I've served in schools and cleaned up neighborhoods and things of that nature. So you got to get out there and really see what's happening in order to understand what role you really can play and what things you can tap into.
Why, like, tell me how you got into volunteering? Because, like, that philosophy obviously comes from a long history with volunteering, but I know a lot of people are like, oh, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
So, what is your history with it? Why are you so called to do it? Other than the, like, obvious fact that it's like, it's helpful. It's helpful for you and it's helpful for others, but why for you?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the main thing was being of service. Like I love helping people. It's a part of my nature. And I'm just like, oh, volunteering is the way. But once I started volunteering, I realized real fast that it helps you more than you're helping it. It's like once you just show up, people see you as you are, like, and they're just looking like, who are you? And they're asking you questions. They need to know you. They're inviting you to more things and connecting with more people. And it just started expanding. And volunteering networking was important to me because, like I said, I'm from Muskegon. And I'm just like, I don't know anybody here. I feel so alone. So I need to connect. And that was the best way for me to do that while I was in college. And I just kept doing it over time until eventually I got my paid opportunity from the while volunteering. Showing up and how serious I took my position and how people were drawn to me, things of that nature. And it just healed me in so many ways that people who hurt me didn't. Being around people who really see you is so very healing and it makes you just want to continue to be in those spaces. So just constantly doing that helped me just to heal my inner child and to sow the seeds for who I am today.
Mm. That is the realest. I feel like you touch on a couple things. And so for our friends that are not seeing the kind of timelines and social media pages that they want, like on the Instagrams, I feel like volunteering is a great way to like reset, because as long as you're going willing and open to make new friends, you know, you go to a volunteering experience, you're meeting these new people in your area, and then you have all these new friends that are doing all these cool things because they took the effort to go volunteer just like you. So they probably have a pretty dynamic life experience, which is what I find. I find the people that go and volunteer for things are also like doing other crazy things, like open like spoken word or modeling or whatever else. Like I just feel like people that are willing to donate their time as a volunteer have a colorful experience because they're meeting a dynamic group of people. They're meeting a diverse group of people. They're putting themselves out. So if you're online and you're like, all I'm seeing is stuff where I can't participate in, go to Google, look for volunteer opportunities, come to the revamp. We always have volunteer opportunities, but like go to a volunteer opportunity knowing that it's going to be like the best networking event you've ever gone to, like better than networking events themselves. Because people are in a space of open and giving. I just think it's you go in with a different energy. Like, I'm here to help. I'm here to make a difference. And so you're like, hey, what's your name? Hi, what's your name? At least for me, that's how I am.
Yeah.
Like when I moved to Texas and when I moved back and when I started in the creative scene in Detroit, that's exactly what I did. I was like, I don't know anybody. I'm just like some kid, like I didn't grow up that far away. I grew up in Southfield. So I'm like literally a half skip and a jump from the city, but I'm like, I still didn't know anybody. So I'm like, what do you need help with? How can I support you? What can I do? How can I volunteer? And in college too, I was like very much an advocate of volunteering. I started a volunteer organization called Soul, Society of University Leaders.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, it was just like one of those things. I'm like, we need to be volunteering more. And so I just started a community of people who wanted to volunteer. And we did so many things. I made a t-shirt. There was like, I made a whole logo and a t-shirt for us. It was really cute. But I just think volunteering is it's such an untapped, underrated life experience that people they just don't talk about it enough. It's like, it's fulfilling on so many levels.
It really is. And a lot of people don't like volunteering because they're not getting financially compensated. But you get fulfilled in so many ways. Like I said, those connections and the opportunities that come from the people that you meet are way more rewarding than any cash value. And people are oceans. Like, you don't know how far they reach. You don't know the movement they can create. You don't know how deep they go. And you just got to be willing to flow with it and tap into it. But I always say everybody is not an ocean. Some people are rivers, some people are lakes, and some people are puddles on the street. So you cannot dive deep into a puddle on the street and get confused while you keep bumping your head. Puddles on the street are so shallow. So the same way you would approach puddles on the street, you can't approach people who are oceans that way. So you need to come equipped. You need to come ready to build, ready to expand, and ready to explore. And be confident in self, because if you want to expand, that means you have the potential to tap into that overflow and that abundance. So don't give up just because, or don't feel intimidated because somebody is an ocean. They can always connect you to more movement that's happening in the world, because everything is always on the go.
I love that. People are oceans. And you know what? I was thinking about it. Like, sometimes in some situations, I meet people and for them, because we don't click or because the vibes just aren't there or just like the chemistry isn't there, like I might be a puddle, knowing that for the next person, I am the deepest, most widest ocean, and somebody else I might appear as a lake. And that's cool, because I know for me where I stand, and not everybody has an appetite for me, and that's okay, but I do think that, like, you said something about volunteering, and a lot of people don't like it because they don't get compensated. And I feel like the people that feel that way, if you feel that way, you're doing the wrong volunteer opportunities. I think a lot of people, when they think volunteering, they think of a specific type of thing. This like dirty, or like I'm cleaning up trash, or I'm doing something that I don't want to do that somebody's making me do. I feel like the mentality. When in reality, like, you could be doing something that's within your passion. You could go pay for a class, or you could go volunteer and do the thing under a professional. You can go, like, I feel like I got my master's through volunteering. I volunteered for organizations like the Detroit Historical Musical Conservancy. I have like volunteered for them and did event planning for them a bunch. I volunteered as the photographer at first for the Denton Black Film Festival when I moved to Texas. And then I moved my way up and I was their like photography and media coordinator. All of that was volunteer work. And I was doing it in alignment with the things that I want to do and the work that I want to be doing. I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to go do something that's like completely left field, like whatever that is. I was like, I like this type of thing. I'm going to volunteer in this avenue, because when I tell you how can I help you is the key to almost any door. Like there's no way that you will fail if you enter spaces in a sense of what can I give? How can I learn? How can I grow? What can we do to build together, to your point?
Exactly. And a lot of people don't focus on the building aspect. They're just focused on what I can get out of this. You can't constantly look for the take. What are you giving? What are you providing? What you want, you have to give first. If you want somebody to help you, help them. Help yourself. So it's like this constant flow of give and take that a lot of people forget about. And I know it's hard to remember when we're going through so many things in life and you feel like you have nothing to give, but you always have something to share with anybody around you. It may be different things, but you never know how that can change that person's life, even for that split moment, down to a compliment. You can give a compliment and change somebody's world, and they just want to tap into who you are. Like, you made me feel so dynamic with that comment that you gave. What is your name? You want to have a coffee? You want to have a smoothie? And then it just goes from there. You don't even know, but this person might be a CEO of a 500 Fortune company. Is it 500 or 5? I don't know.
They might not even be that version of themselves yet, but maybe because of what happened, like the butterfly effect is so real. Maybe because of the comment, they said yes to something else that led to something else that led to a relationship that built them into. And then one day you're that, like, somebody said something to me on the street and they're accepting an award on stage, and that person on the street was you, you know? Yep. I feel like compliments and like pouring into people is free and costs you nothing. And I'm thinking about this one. I was at Culliver's recently, and like I've been driving to Grand Rapids more often, and there's one like halfway, and they have clean bathrooms, and everybody's nice in there. So like I've been stopping there, and the food, I was like, okay, let me get some chicken. But there was this girl in there, and she was like, she was so beautiful to me. Like she had these big old glasses that made her eyes like 10 times as big.
Yeah.
And all covered in jewelry. She was very small inside of herself, but she had like a beautiful complexion, these like rosy red cheeks, beautiful facial structure. I was like, girl, you are so gorgeous. And like the way she turned, she was like, it's gonna be $5.99. And she like walked away, right? But she was like trying not to smile. She turned all red. But like for me, giving her that compliment, not only was she gorgeous to me, but also like I could see the impact of the comment on her. I was like, I was feeling good. I was like, I feel like I got complimented. I feel like your reaction to me was a compliment to me, and it made me feel good for the rest of the day. I was like, man, I really made her day. Damn, I really, and it was making me feel good.
Yes.
I gave that away for freely. I had the thought. For me, thoughts like that are like, if you can't just let those free, like who is it for? But that. That thought came to my mind for her.
Yeah.
It came to my mind for me. So why would I be selfish to keep it to myself? And I remember I did when I was doing the Miss Voluptuous pageants, we were in Nashville, and we went out to dinner, and we went to this like big, like it was kind of like Fountain Walk. There was like a bunch of like outdoor like restaurants and places to walk around and things. So we were walking around, and every time I saw something I liked, I said something.
Yeah.
I like your shoes. I like your hat. You look so cute today. All y'all are cute together, right? And I'm just living my life because this is how I operate. Because the thought comes to mind, I can hold it or just let it out.
Right.
And all the girls are like, are you like this all the freaking time? And I'm like, they're like, I need to be drunk to do that. And I'm like, well, why don't you try it sober? Like, try it sober. They're like, I'm too shy to do that. I'm like, that, like, those compliments, they're not to take space in my brain. They're just not for me. So yeah, they come to my mind, I let them out. They come to my mind, I say it. And it's like, I don't know. It's like a video game. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, coins as I go. I see something I like, I say it. I see something I adore, I say it. I see something that makes me feel good, I say it. The more you're like, the more you spew that out and you let it out, the more it'll come back. The more it's this reciprocal. Like you were saying earlier, surrounding yourself with people who are not negative and don't say negative things. I
Yeah.
am my number one perpetrator of that. And so the more I practice saying things like, oh, you look really great today, the more comfortable I get to say it when I look in the mirror and look at myself. But if I'm out of practice of that, I'm like, damn, look at her shoes. Damn, she looks like this. Damn, she looks like that. And those are the things that I'm saying out loud, and I'm thinking like, how else am I going to talk to myself?
Because that's a reflection of how you feel about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm practicing. That's what I'm like consistently doing. That is what my brain is scanning for.
Yeah.
So if that is what is part of my daily practice, then that is going to be part of my internal practice. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I got rid of that record. I still play it sometimes, but it's rare. It's rare.
Yeah.
There's different records that have been coming into the loop that I'm like, no, I don't really like that. That's not really for me. How do I get rid of that?
Exactly. I love giving compliments and I love receiving them. And what you were saying is when you give that out, you're planting seeds. It's all about planting seeds. You planted a seed of love and self-confidence in that person just by complimenting them. They're probably walking on sunshine for the rest of the day from the compliment you gave them.
Right.
And when you do that, you're spreading this loving energy. So now you're expanding the energy that you want to feel around you. So it comes back to you, like you said. So I thought of Newton's third law. Everybody knows that one. For every action, there's a reaction. When you acted on what you thought it, you acted on it, you said it, you gave it to that person, they received it and they reacted to it, and then you felt it. That's a whole process, right? And it happens in a matter of seconds. It doesn't take any time. Yeah. But like you said, you can either act on it or not. Do you want to regret it? Or do you want to be satisfied that you gave what you were supposed to give when it was your time to show up?
Exactly. And I think that has a lot to do with presence, because you walk into a room and you're scanning for things and you're scanning for people. If you walk into a room and you're scanning for people and things that you like or don't like, I mean, let's be clear. Like if you do the same thing but opposite, you also have a presence.
Yep.
Both have presence. Both are felt because people can feel when they're seen. Mm-hmm. As we talked about earlier, you walk out in this crazy outfit. I can feel your eyes on me, and I can feel if they're positive or negative. Mm-hmm. I can feel the energy. So if you walk into a room and you're scanning for things that you like, people are going to be like, oh, she's got great energy. Mm-hmm. She's got amazing presence. Why? Because I'm here and I'm looking for the stuff that I like.
That's
and
right.
I'm looking and I'm going to call it out. And I'm going to, but if you walk into a room and you're looking for, and you're scanning for all the shit that you don't want to see, guess what you're going to find?
Exactly.
All the shit you don't want to see. So I feel like at least if I'm thinking about the way you walk into a room and seeing you come into a room, your eyes are open, you're there, you're smiling, you're looking for people you know, you're looking for things you like, and that energy is radiating and infectious. It's like, oh, I want to participate in that.
Yes.
Something I want to participate in. Not like it's if you're scanning for things you like and you're in the present, is going to attract people that think that way. Because they're gonna see it, they're gonna be drawn to it because they're also scanning and they're like, I like that. I'm gonna go see it.
Exactly. Exactly. And thank you for seeing me. I always tell you that it's nothing like being seen and being felt for the depth and the love and the light that you are, and being comfortable in that and being received in a way where you're safe here, right? Like I'm not intimidated by you. I'm not jealous of you. I don't hate you. I appreciate you, and I value you for what you're providing in this space. And just even getting healing hugs is a different experience because everybody doesn't feel comfortable. Everybody doesn't feel warm. Everybody's energy isn't peaceful. And being around people like yourself is just such a gift, right? Like you said, being present means being in the present, and the present is a gift. So what is a gift if you don't give it?
Yeah, 100%. And like that is something I am challenged with right now, which I appreciate you for saying that, because it just happens. I get into a room, I'm like around people, I'm a people person. I thrive off of energy in a room, but I also like thrive off of, I mean, I see people because I feel like for so long I was unseen.
Yeah.
And I was like, not even that it was unseen, but like unseen and inappropriate. Like I was when I was seen, I was reprimanded for whatever, for existing. My body looking a certain way, my dress being being inappropriate, making people uncomfortable, making people feel weird, making people like, I got sent home so many times from middle school because I was making teachers feel uncomfortable for just existing. And like that is like, how do you, if you're becoming an adult and you're going through puberty and your body is growing in ways that you cannot control, and then you're in this space where you're with adults that are like, you're the problem for existing, like you have breasts, you did this thing that was terrible that you have no control over, and these men can't control themselves, so you're getting sent home from school. So like that is like, you know, the energy that I was surrounded by.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like, okay, and we're all adults. If you can't control yourself, that's on you. If you don't like what you see, that's on you. You can leave, you can go somewhere else, but I will not stop existing because I make you uncomfortable, right? And so as I started to fall in love with myself and do the work internally to just like participate in presence, for me now, it's like there's no other option. There's another option, but I've already done it and I don't like it, you know?
Right. Because that's not me. It doesn't feel natural. Right. And like you said, it doesn't matter how you feel about me or what you say or what you think. You can't stop me from existing. But it made me think of, you can't stop me from being. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be who I am regardless of how you feel and regardless of how I make you feel. If you feel like I'm throwing shade, that means my sun is shining bright. I maybe need to get some sunglasses or a UV umbrella. I don't know what to tell you. Or go in the house. Because you either go big or go home. If I'm outside, I need to go big, or I could have stayed my ass at home. What are you doing? I'm at home all the time looking completely opposite of what I look like now. So when I come out and show up, I show up as the person that I've been cultivating, as the person that I feel that I am. And that was another thing I was tapping into while losing the weight. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see the woman that I felt I was. And I worked hard to create her physically. I'm like, I want to see the woman that I feel like I am inside, because I was growing from a young woman at 17 into a woman. And that's a journey in and of itself. So just transitioning from the graphic tees and all the glitters. Yeah,
I mean, I know well.
Right? You can still do that stuff. But just for me, like, that's all I wore. I'm like, I kind of want to feel more mature.
Yeah. Like womanly and things like I feel like a lot of women it's even when it comes to shopping or doing their hair and makeup, they put a lot of emphasis on like a look. Yeah. We're like, oh, I could never wear that. I could never do that. I'm like, but if you wore it and you didn't like it, you could just take it off. Like just because you buy something more elegant than you normally are doesn't make you like, if you're like, oh no, I'm a tomboy, I don't do that. I don't wear dresses. I don't wear that. Blah, 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 blah. Right? I could never. I hear that a lot. I could never. But I'm like, but you could, and we could just put it on right now, and then you could just take it off if you don't like it. But I feel like like people are afraid to try. And these are just things I'm hearing when I'm like at the revamp and things like that, and out with people thrifting and styling, and I just hear them say things like, I could never. And I'm like, but it's just a shirt. It's just a dress. It's just a lipstick. You know, at the end of the day, there's makeup removers. You could take the clothes off. You could wash it away. And I feel like a lot of people put up so much emphasis on like a genre of person they're supposed to be. And that is like the opposite thing that I want to do. Like one day I want to come out like super classic, vintage, chic, like pin-up-y vibes. Next time you see me, I'm like in super emo streetwear. Next time you see me, I feel like let's embody the feeling that we're feeling today instead of like saying this is who I am for forever. And I'm a graphic tee person, and I'm going to forever wear graphic band tees. And this is just who I am, because I could never. It's like, but you could. Just try it and then take it off if you don't like it.
Right. I mean, if that's how they feel, then that's what they're going to manifest. And I feel like that's directly connected to their insecurities and what they feel they can express, or it just doesn't make them feel comfortable enough. They probably haven't spread their wings as much yet. I don't know why fashion scares people. It's just clothes. I don't think they don't want the attention. I focus on that part too. They don't want the attention that comes with that. They probably aren't really in tune with their body. A lot of people don't like wearing certain stuff because it shows parts of their body that they're not loving on. So those things come to mind when I hear stuff like that. And I always love uplifting people like that. I'm like, girl, what? You could put this with this and layer this and it'll flow out like this so you won't even show it. And they'd be like, you know what? You right, let me try this on, because you can play with stuff. You're supposed to have fun with fashion, not let it hinder you from expressing yourself, because that's literally what it is, a form of expression.
And I think, to your point, like, a lot of people aren't of the practice of playing, and they're dressing but this is, for me, dressing is so much bigger, and I feel like it might be for you too. It's so much bigger than just like, this is what I'm wearing today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, this is a act. Like Labrie said it recently, and I feel like it's like my new thing now. He was like, I like your art piece today. And I'm like, how did you know? I spent so much. He's like, I live with you, first of all. But he sees the effort that goes into, like, oh, this doesn't make me feel good today. I don't like the way this is not giving me the energy that I'm looking for. I don't like the way it matches with this. I need to try something else. And I'm tinkering and I'm trying different things and I'm playing in my closet and I'm participating in the creation of this sculpture, this walking, living sculpture that we get to occupy, that is also me, the essence of me. And I'm always thinking about my energy. Like, how do I feel today? What do I want to like? What do I want to get in today? What do I want to experience today? And I'm not necessarily explicitly saying that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling this today. This is not the energy today. This is what I'm looking for. I need something bright, or I need something more dark, or I need something more loose, or something more fitted. But I feel like it is it is a love letter to myself, where I'm like, I can adorn my body with things that bring me joy and express my feelings for the day, every single day. And that is a spiritual act, because before I was like, every single day, I need to hide. I need to hide my body. I need to hide myself. I need to not be seen. I need to cover up this. I need nobody to look at me. Like, if that is how, because I used to dress like that. Yeah. That's exactly how I used to dress. I need to hide this. I need to wear a hoodie. I need to wear sweatpants. I need to wear unassuming shoes, right?
Yes. Yes, I want to look inconspicuous. I want to be outside, but I don't want people to stare at me. I don't want to stand out. And I got over that. Like you said, we've been on the same, just crazy. See, this is why we connect. This is why we vibe. Same journey, right? Oh my goodness.
But it's a practice. I feel like that practice is thrusted upon us as women. Yeah. Where it's like, if you don't look a certain way, you should be hiding, right? And you should be covered up, and you should not wear XYZ, and I shouldn't see your legs. You shouldn't wear a miniskirt, and you can't wear a crop top, and you shouldn't wear bright colors. I was told for so long, you need to wear black because it makes you look thinner. Wow. Not because black is like mysterious and sexy and beautiful. They're like, you need to wear black because it makes you look thinner. That was the reason why I was supposed to wear black. So my whole closet was black. Wow. It was out of hiding. It was out of minimizing who I was. And I did a challenge, and this is what I challenge to folks out there listening that feel like you resonate with this, but because you do this every day, you wake up and you get dressed. You wake up, get ready, get dressed. If the first thing you're thinking when you walk into your closet is, how can I hide myself? Oof.
You're going to hide yourself in so many ways.
So many ways. But it can be scary and it can be uncomfortable. And so, like, a small way you could do it is with like a challenge. I did no black for 1 week as a challenge. And it changed everything about my style. I had to like change the shoes I was wearing. I had to change the socks I was wearing. I was like, even down to the underwear. I was like, let me just see if I could do it. Let's just see if I can do it and what happens. And the things that I put together were so cool. It just like, I was like, wow, every fundamental piece that I have is, every outfit that I have is a fundamental black piece. And I was like, but I have all of the pieces to do this.
Yes.
Together looks that I would have never worn before.
I love it.
Like, yeah, it's like maybe do like one, not like if go to black is the way, which I feel like it is for a lot of women, do one thing in your outfit every day of the week that's not black. Just try it. Just
build off of it from there.
Yeah, or one piece that has a pattern in it every day of the week.
It's so fun.
It's so fun. Try flip-flopping your earrings. That was also like an experiment for me that I've never turned back because I'm like, life is too short to only wear one pair of earrings. So you gotta wear both, or try to wear a different accessory every single day. Try any of those things. And
I'm with you on that.
It's one of those things where it's like, instead of asking how you can hide when you're getting dressed, if you have a challenge like that, you're like, what can I try today? Which is such a different mentality than how can I hide today? What am I trying?
That's such a simple question. What can I try today? You're not even asking yourself, how can I be seen? Or you can say, what can I put on today to make me feel a little bit better? Because that's the whole goal. You're getting dressed for yourself. I get dressed to feel good. Even though I can't see myself when I'm out here in the world, I can see when I look down, I'm like, okay, shoes. Okay. Right. That's and the main thing you said that I really connected to was that it's a spiritual act. Getting dressed and finding my look for the day or even every day is a form of manifestation. It's the quickest form of manifestation that I can access every day because, again, it starts in my mind. My outfits find me. Literally.
Yes.
They pop in my mind. Like I have a image of everything that I possess. And more so the new things I sometimes forget, like, oh, I do got those earrings. But once I got it in my mind, my head is like, oh yeah, put this shirt with that skirt, put that accessory on with that hair wrap, right? Or get your hair done and put that shoe on. Wow. There you go.
And I think, but that is it's a different mentality than going through your closet and seeing a bunch of stuff you can't fit in until you lose 40 pounds. And everything you're like, oh, when I lose 40 pounds, I'll wear this. When I lose 100 pounds, I'll wear this. When I have a special event to go to, I'll wear this. That is a different mind track than what's calling to me today.
Yep.
Even if it's for clothes, what's calling to me today for clothes? Manifest, just like you said, what's calling to me today for people, from opportunities, from an email, from a thing, whatever. But it's I love that you said dressing is the fastest form of manifestation because you can become whoever you want.
Yes.
You can become whoever you want. And I think it goes even further. It's like when you take a shower, when you're like lathering yourself, when you're lotioning yourself, when you're doing those simple things that not everybody has a practice of doing, and some people don't have the privilege of having. Like the fact that we could shower once a day, twice a day, the fact that we can lotion ourselves and do our hair and makeup is not a privilege that everybody has.
It's not, and it's a form of self-care. It's a luxury.
It is a luxury, and if we operate that, like I am cleansing myself today so that I can feel good, smell good, be good, instead of like, oh, I stink.
Because when you stink, you feel stink.
Sometimes I do take a shower, like, damn, I stink. Let's take a shower. But when I'm in that shower and I'm in the bathroom and I'm naked and I'm just like looking in the mirror, like, hey, girl. That is one trick that I have is like when you look in the mirror, see yourself instead of critiquing yourself.
Yes.
Just see yourself and be like, hey. I did that once. I was in the bathroom and I was like washing my hands and I was just like moving through the motions and I looked up and I caught a glimpse of myself. And I was like, hi.
Yes. And love on you. I say great rise and beautiful every day. have to speak into you, because if you don't speak into yourself, then you won't know how to receive that love from other people. But once you do receive that love, it's gonna feel so good. You're gonna want to feel it again and again and again. So
Mhm.
get comfortable loving on you, because
Yeah,
who the to do it?
it's so real. It's not easy for everyone. So those are little things. It's just like seeing yourself and not making a critique, seeing yourself and just like addressing the beautiful being that is in front of you by saying hello, good morning, how are you? You look beautiful. Like say exactly. And I felt weird for a long time doing that, but like now it doesn't feel weird. But
Yeah.
it did at the beginning.
Yes, yes. You gotta love yourself through it while you're learning to love yourself. Again, it's all a process. Becoming parenting yourself, right? Unparenting, learning and unlearning. Just have grace, have patience, enjoy the journey, don't rush it. Learn to pause. You don't need to fast forward, and learn to breathe, rejuvenate, refresh yourself, and get back into it.
I think that people are like, oh, I fell off of this thing. And it's like, no, you just you can start over whenever you want. There's no rules to the playbook of becoming. You know, it's a like you said earlier, it's this thing. There's a lot of this happening, but as long as you're in the upward trajectory, can't go
That's
wrong.
it. That's it. And that's all that matters. As long as you're going in the right direction, that's all that matters. What they say, don't, if the plan changes, don't change the, hold on, what did they say about the plan and the goal?
I don't know.
They say if the first plan doesn't work, don't change the goal, just change the plan or something.
Oh, I like that.
I can't remember stuff verbatim, but I think that's the close
That
enough.
sounds right. That sounds good to me. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. Ah, that's beautiful. You are beautiful. I appreciate you, your energy, your time, your presence when you walk into spaces, the way you care for yourself and the way that it manifests in the way that you care for others. Like, I appreciate you so much. And I am just so glad that you moved to Detroit because, I might have not never met you because I didn't know you were from Muskegon.
Yes, yes, yes. It's 40 minutes from Grand Rapids. And thank you. I appreciate you too, beautiful. You're amazing in all of the ways. And you being fully you allows us to continuously pour and expand and feel comfortable being us, because that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Okay, I have two final questions. One, where can people follow your creative becoming journey?
You can follow me on Instagram at Mama Nazah. So it's at MAMA_NAZAH. That's one of my main platforms. I do use Facebook, but it's more personal. But you can follow me on there if you do like at MaNazah Chandler. So MANazah, last name Chandler, like Chandler Park, CHANDLE.
And what can they expect to see like on your page and things like that? Like where are you gonna be next? What you working on right now?
All right. So Instagram is where I post most of my happenings. The next thing you're going to see is the revamp content day. Uh, Content, the photos and the videos and all the things, because we have that coming up on August 2nd. So I got my looks together. And yeah, I'm pretty much just working on that right now. I'm going to be tapping into other things, but I don't have anything else in motion. But working behind the scenes on really tapping into my dream of voiceover, which is a journey in itself. So.
Oh, I feel like I have somebody I need to introduce you to. Her name is Angela. Her last name is escaping me, but her beautiful face is coming into my mind. I'll make sure I connect y'all. She is like the voiceover queen. Voiceover queen.
Oh, Guy Ghost, I know her.
Yeah, hit her up.
Yeah.
She was in classes before, and I know she was on WDTE, DTE, DET.
WDET, yep. I know. Yeah, I've been a part of most of her classes. She's had voiceover wise too. So
Just tell her, be like, hook it up, girl. Hook it up. Get us some gigs.
we
Well,
gonna make it happen.
if I hear about it, I will push you. I will push it in your direction.
Gratitude, beautiful.
Your voice is like just so beautiful and full and gorgeous. Like I could totally see it.
Thank
Totally.
you.
Okay, one last question is what's one last thing you want to share with our community joining us today?
I would love to say, don't let nobody tell you your truth ain't true. And remember that you are the bar. So continue to raise it.
I love it. This has been so good. I am so glad we're just like on this journey together and I can see it happening in real time. It's just so cool. And I can't wait to see all the things that you bring to the table, all the things that you're working on. I can't wait to see you at Revamp Things, which an email needs to go out today. Which, by the way, if you're interested and you want to step out into your fashion, into modeling, volunteering, community service, the creative atmosphere in Detroit, the Revamp Clothing Swap Festival is looking for brand ambassadors, volunteers, and guests. We have our content day coming up on August 2nd. The application is live and open now. I will put it in the comments below. Fill out the form. If you hesitate because you're like, I've never modeled before. I've never put an outfit together before. I've never. I challenge you to check your record and see if it needs to be changed to what can I try new today, and surround yourself with people that would push you in a direction. And also hit up MaNazah, because I feel like MaNazah not only is one of our volunteer coordinators, but also like you get it. Like you see the value of the brand ambassador program and like you've used it to leverage your creative industry and goals and things like that. And so if you are curious about the program and you have hesitation, you can hit up me, but I'm gonna sell you on it all day. But MaNazah, because she's got a different perspective and it's a beautiful one. So we would love to have you come out. If you're feeling froggy, leap, fill out the application. We want you there. And then the clothing swap is coming up September 13th at Detroit Ship & Go. We cannot wait. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful. And we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. MaNazah, thank you so much for spending your morning with me and your just time, energy with the Revamp and around me. It's just so good to have you around. Like, it's weird to know that there was a time where you weren't.
Right?
Yeah, it makes no sense. So I'm grateful for you. I'm thankful that you're here. And I can't wait to see the next outfit because you always be coming correct.
I appreciate you, love. Keep shining your light. Keep pouring into us the way you do. I'm looking forward to everything moving forward.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. It's Amanda Suite, the Creative Fairy Godmother on the Let's Glow Show. We'll see you next week.